What is a railroad from 1936, an 18th century inventor, and a 2,000-year-old civilization have in common? Let's check it out.
Be more than human.
Hello and welcome to this episode of History is More Unreal Than Fantasy. And I can't wait to talk about one of the greatest discoveries in modern history. Now, around what would be the suburb area of Baghdad in the year 1936, a large-scale railroad project was being built through the area of an ancient city named Ctesiphon. And this was the ancient capital of the Sassanians and the Parthians. Now, what these builders were going to eventually uncover was going to be something that was going to stump scientists for nearly the next 100 years. And on a fateful day in 1936, they uncovered a few small clay jars. And so they kind of, halted construction, dug these things out, and, gave them to some archaeologists. Now, they actually found even more of these jars just a few miles down the road. And they collected all of these. And what they would find inside was going to, some say, change history. Inside these clay jars, they had an asphalt stopper on the top. And when they removed these, they found that there was an iron rod, and around that iron rod was wrapped a flat copper sheet metal wrapped all the way around it. And they were like, what is this? They dated these things to get this 250 BC. And so they were everybody's racing, trying to figure out what could these be. And then they looked inside the container and tested the material, and there were evaporated, dried up resin of vinegar and or wine. And this is where people clicked in their head, well, this is exactly how you would make a battery. And thus the Baghdad Battery was born. Now, everybody, all the mainstream scientists are like, obviously these are not batteries. There was no infrastructure for a battery for electricity 2,200 years ago. This is 200, plus years before the height of the Roman Empire. So they shut down this notion. No batteries. They're not a battery. So what remains? What is it? What is it? And some scientists were like, well, what could you do with this? And one thing that they're like, okay, obviously it's not a battery, but maybe they were electroplating. And to me, I say, how is that any less magnificent than it even being a battery? Because electroplating as we know it was invented by a man named Luigi Valentino Brunelleschi in 1805.
And also,
A quarter to
over 2,000 years later. And this is just, to me, the mystery of the Baghdad Battery and what people were accomplishing with this. Obviously, it has been proven. Mythbusters did an episode many years ago and proved, yes, you could electroplate with these things. And yes, you can get an electric charge enough to shock you out of these batteries. Oh, non-batteries. But yes, let me know, what you guys think. Have you heard of the Baghdad Battery? If you have, what are your theories on the Baghdad Battery? Do you think it was electroplating? Do you think that they did know about electricity and used it somehow, some way? Yeah, make sure if you like this kind of content, I'll keep doing it. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, throw your comments, your theories, everything in there, and I'll catch you in the next one.